What's up, everybody? It's Showtime is the Blazer King with King's Critiques, and we're here for Momentary Lily. I'm going to do my best to record as many things I'm behind on today as I can, and then figure out the uploading process later. But, for the time being, however, in the last episode we realized that, well, Ren is not quite who she thought she was. Or maybe she is, we don't quite know yet. But what we do know is she's not alive, per se. That explains the regenerative healing that she has, but she still cares for her friends and family just the same. What will this episode bring other than some more eye candy? Because we did see that they visit a spa later in the episode, so I'm not going to be coy about that one. But you can let me know your thoughts on the series thus far, your opinions on where the story will take us in the next few episodes in the comment section down below. And, of course, if you're not going to have conversations, please at least let the whole video run through. And also, of course, hit the like button, subscribe. And that being said, see, actually alive or not, she knows that Ren is her sister. Doesn't matter if it's her actual body or otherwise. Of course, the usually calm and collective one is the one getting most emotional otherwise. Honestly, based, because, I mean, y'all have seen me watching these things. Like, doesn't matter how long, doesn't matter if this is your first thing and you go back and watch other things. I'd highly appreciate it if you did. I have openly cried on this thing, and I'm, like, emotionally dead for the most part, but sometimes you can't help it. Even right now, I had a little bit of feeling welling up in me just from seeing that, reunion again. Okay, both of those things have happened so far. That only happened the one time to reconnect with you and Shitteron. The way she just confirmed that, yeah, that has all happened already, don't worry about it. Based. That's a based reaction, to be fair. Just like, who the fuck is this? Yeet! How? Excuse, how? How would you throw it 3 houses away? Bitch was strong even before the world ended. Damn. Okay, that confirms what I literally just said. And that's also a very good point from... Yeah, I totally remember everyone's name, totally. But yeah, that's a good point. Like, I have no recollection of these crimes. I mean, they don't really sound like crimes. Okay, well, breaking multiple windows, that might be a little bit. Also, like, I know they're taking a small trip down memory lane, but I do have to bring up, wouldn't you think Ren would turn to her sister and be like, by the way, did I know a blonde girl named Yuri back when I was alive? As weird as that is to say. Because you'd think that'd be one of the first questions that gets asked, right? Like, she has memories of Yuri from her past. Like, obviously, her pre-deceased past. So, like, maybe her sister knew Yuri as well. Also, it's crazy, but I'm going to mention this now, that of every episode I've done of this so far, the pool episode was the one that got the most views. Coincidence? I think not. So maybe I should name, this episode something crazy too, because of the spa bit that's happening later. Well, it seems like the Wild Hunt threat is gone temporarily, so it kinda seems like y'all have time to get over to Shitteron. I really don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, by the way. Like, literally every time I say it, I want to pronounce it like shiitake. Like the first half of that, but that still is just shit. Not to insult the name, but like, it's very hard to not say Shitteron, because that's literally what it sounds like. Like, somebody can clear up that pronunciation if they got something better in the comment section, but Also, I want to bring this one up too. Is it crazy how 2 villains in the same anime season were set up to have the same kind of name? Like, we have Balor in this, and we have Balar that Jinwoo just fought in Solo Leveling a couple episodes ago. And, like, I know manhwa manga pre-existed a long time ago, but the coincidence that they had those things set up within the same, like, week of each other is insane. Just wanted to point that one out. Which, also, I get is kind of a commonality, because, again, Balor, Demon King kind of makes sense to stick into both equations, but I also like how we still never track back to the fact that Eri was talking shit about the rest of them during those moments she thought she was going to die before Yuri died. Like, she never brought that up to any of them. Just like, by the way, I kind of talk shit on you guys, and I am so sorry. Like, you weren't there, but I still feel terrible. See, that's the best. Those first two things are probably the most important questions. Why is she there? How did she revive? Why does her Anvari absorb other Anvaris, at least that we've seen so far? Like, these are all very good questions to be asking. Unless hers was meant to fuse with Yuri's specifically. Also, why does it seem like it's literally all women that are in this child's party of people that she helped? Unless, like, there's one guy there and it's the one who wasn't even given eyes. Though I think that's literally just a glasses-wearing woman. They just didn't give her eyes because, I don't know, she has glasses. She don't need eyes. Also, Eri has moved like 3 times and there was no unnecessary jiggle. I have a complaint to file. Oh, there's the unnecessary jiggle. Oh, that's where it comes from. Yeah, you can't really, converse with somebody who's unconscious, basically. Okay, listen, we're just gonna go back to when you two 1v1 to explain why either of you cooking is not a good idea. Like, she actually might be able to cook. She didn't even give effort last time. And you burned rice. Which I shouldn't talk shit about, because up until yesterday, I did literally that same thing so many times. I'm not even joking, by the way. Like, literally, those little minute rice things they sell in stores? Yeah, I kind of fucked up those things multiple times through my life, because I was cooking them like microwavable pasta. That's not how you're supposed to do it, and I'm an idiot. Okay, but, like, I could see her being a natural with everything for other things, but I don't know about that. And here comes the attempt at a 3-minute cooking video. We'll see how this goes. Listen to Aya. Yeah, that's a good assortment of ingredients for sure. Like, either present day or, like, in a crazy-ass kind of environment. The hell are those two? Subtitles did not help. Step 1. I don't know if they're, like, a must-have, but doesn't hurt. I don't know if I should even be pausing for y'all to take note of this, but, like, hey, what if it ends up good? So far, I don't think it will, but okay. Actually, you know what? I have seen peanut butter added into some curries, so I can't really say that that's a bad idea. With everything else that's been mixed in so far, I'm kind of with Aya on her expressions, but you know what? It's fine. Again, not sure about that, but at least this time it's coming from Ren, so it probably is accurate. Also, here's another question. Like, I've seen that word. I've heard that word pronounced a couple ways. So, like, do y'all pronounce it ro or do you pronounce it ru? Because, like, I know traditionally it's ro, I'm pretty sure. At least in the case of the ingredient. But, like, I've heard somebody whose child is named that. I'm referring to you, Mr. and Mrs. Rollins, who calls their child Ru. Loki actually looks kind of good. It ended out great. Don't worry, Sazanka's not about to say anything crazy. Well, depends what your definition of crazy is. Also looks pretty nice, honestly. 2 things. 1, that. 2, that's a big word for Elmo that Eri just said. Well, I don't know about either of them. Like, maybe it should have looked okay. Like, sorry, that's not where my mind should be going, is it? But then again, I'm not necessarily looking at the camera to talk about this anyway, so y'all probably know where I am looking. Pretty sure I said this before during the pool episode, but those two actually got a lot more to show off than they usually do, huh? Speaking of Azure Sinner, yes, I will totally be, covering, gushing over Magical Girl Season 2 when it comes out. Because, I mean, come on. Just literally, come on. Like, Yuri, perversion, that's like my bread and butter. So I just figured since it kind of built itself up for that, I had to mention it. Also, crazy thing that I want to bring up during that. It's kind of surprising that, like, somebody who I just started to talk to about the gotcha games, like, I made better friends with, talking about that show of all things. Kind of crazy, really. Well, yeah, come on. You two might be all about the characters, but I mean, of course she's gonna pay attention to the cooking. It's just how it is. Like, people pay attention to the things they like. I mean, literal case in point. You know, we have this whole cool action anime about things, and yeah, I'm always bringing up the fights are cool and the animation is cool. But then we have Yuri and fan service involved in the show, and I'm just like locked in. It happens. Okay, but like, yes, like who's going to argue that point? I'm just saying. Honestly, maybe it's my comments like this why I'm such an easy trap for people to try and get money off of me on the. Listen, if you keep bringing up pearls of wisdom, I'll bring up some pearls as well. On that topic, anybody see Alma's new music video? Because the short that they released of that before the actual song came out was fucking crazy. I love that woman. Like, she is so talented. And so insane. Wow, did we just get an unnecessary wobble from Ren? That's different. Hold on. Just, you can see where Sazanka's eyes are. You know where she's thinking. More unnecessary wobbling from Ren. Wow, a rarity. Also, isn't it kind of crazy how, like, the ones that aren't the couples of the show are, like, crossing and making better friends with each other? Because, like, Sazanka and Aya are the really good friends as it is. And why can I never remember? I feel terrible about not remembering the green haired girl's name ever, but, like, Hina? Sure. I think it's that. Her and Eri are really good friends from the past. So, like, the fact that they kind of, like, started making friends with each other kind of turns into a crazy adventure, doesn't it? What did I say earlier, by the way? Like, literally just a few moments ago, what did I say? Okay, I know we're probably about to go into the credits, but I just want to say this kind of backs up my theory about her and Ren being, like, kind of technically immortal. Like, what if, and I know this is crazy to go over before the credits itself, what if they're Wild Hunt? Yeah, like, because the Wild Hunt can assimilate people and machines. So, like, what if their original bodies that did die were, like, assimilated after the fact? Or, like, had some way to, like... Yeah, no, it's a hard call, because, like, Ren died already. And Yuri died at least once that we know of. I'll see if we have any actual words exchanged before the credits, but I don't think so before diving into the rest of this thought process. Okay, now they're back to Shadowrun. So, like, okay, yeah, there's a hell of a lot to go over involving that bit. Because, okay, number one, we'll get the perverse thing out of the way of, God damn! Okay, that's all I wanted to add extra. But now for the actual important plot points of... So, Yuri's back and alive. We're not going to say guaranteed alive because, like, huge questions all around. So, okay. Well, we'll go over what we know already before continuing on with the thought process involving what the hell just happened. Because, like, you know, show started, we had Ren meet up with Yuri and the gang. You know, that was all normal. You know, Ren didn't have any visions about having known Yuri in the past till a couple episodes after that giant fight where Eri talks shit about everybody and then they came and protected her and then Yuri died. We know about all that. But like that comes into the question, because like number one, her and Vari got absorbed by Ren, who we already know at that point was not alive per se. So that means Yuri no longer has her weapon, supposedly. So, like, if they both died and they both came back, the question is the how. Because my working thought process in theory is, either they are Wild Hunt themselves. That's why we saw Run with the open wound. It was blue on the inside as it was healing, similar to the Wild Hunt. Now, we don't know how Yuri is back, but does she have the same shit going on with her that Ren did? Is Turfinger going to, like, defuse from Ren's and go back to Yuri? Is this Yuri just in imitation Wild Hunt and she's not actually revived like how Ren was? Is Chittaron the one that's in the middle of all this shit and reviving people who had already been dead to come back to help take down the greater evil? Because, like, right now it's very confusing because there's, like, multiple examples of things that the ideas of this could go into that I'm still just not 100% on. Because, like, we already have the part where it's kind of like, Madoka, where, you had the important, seemingly important, seemingly potential main-ish character dying, like, immediately. But then you also have shit like Evangelion going on, where, at least from the theory of Ren and or Yuri being kind of Wild Hunt like, that maybe they were brought back to be good, but really they're supposed to be evil, and that kind of thought process. And there's just a lot to go over, especially because I did kind of call like an episode or two ago that Yuri is not guaranteed dead. Like, I don't know. Now I can't wait for Thursday to watch the episode because, like, I'll probably have something else uploaded on Thursday. But as far as watching the new episode, yeah, I'm gonna have to like do that and get it uploaded maybe on Friday because, oh shit, on Friday we still have Guild Receptionist even if Dima's over. Whatever, I'll figure that out eventually. Matter of fact, I still gotta record Guild Receptionist after this. So I'm gonna stop talking. You can let me know your thoughts on every bit of that because the turn this took is just more insane than we already had. Like, fan service is more or less guaranteed to be over from this point, other than Aries' unnecessary jiggling on occasion. But, like, the plot points are going to be way more fun from here, I can imagine. But, like I said, let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comment section down below. Thoughts on other shows, movies, etc. you should check out this season, next season, or in general. Sorry, momentary distraction, realizing that wearing the hat when I do in the morning really just kind of makes me have, like, a bowl cut. Which, it's kind of standard for how I've lived most of my life, unfortunately. Yeah. Thoughts on the episode, thoughts on where it's going to go from here, thoughts on things I should watch this season, next season, or in general. All that has been said. Hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel, the description down below. I get some stuff recorded for that when I'm done recording the anime stuff, because... ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky. Keep updated with things. TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visuals and audio of the stuff I upload here. I'd always am open up to suggestions. I can upload stuff over there for free, however, to hook some people into maybe subscribe for some more of the content over there, And follow on Twitch, subscribe there for benefits. Can do so Twitch Prime for free. That helps me out more for the month than subscribing to these do, but this is free, and I mean the ultra mega super high term long level time I've been here is just insane. Should I keep saying that like that? Maybe not, but like, That's depressing, man. It kind of is. That all being said, though, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critiques out. Ta-ta for now. Peace.